today on The Social. The greatest love story? Why comedian Nikki Glaser is convinced that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement is raising the bar romantically for women. And Ontario Premier Doug Ford threatens to put the brakes on automated speed cameras. Are they necessary, or is there a better way to deter speeding? Then, stars of the new family drama Glenrothan, Alexandra Shipp and Shirley Henderson chat about shooting in Scotland and working with Succession actor Brian Cox in his directorial debut. Plus, bold flavors, vibrant stories, easy-to-follow recipes. Vancouver-based celebrity chef Vikram shows us dishes from his latest cookbook. It all starts now on The Social.
Okay. Oh, yes. Have a seat. Have a seat, You know what? It's always so lovely to see the audience when we have returnees, people who come every time. We love seeing you. And we love making new friends. So welcome to The Social. She's not a new friend. She's an old friend, and we love her. Award-winning filmmaker, showrunner, and director, Sasha Leigh Henry. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. Love to be here with the best live audience in Canada.
Yes, thank you. We're going to talk to you a little bit about what's been keeping you so busy these days, all right?
Yes, yeah.
But first, we're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement. Is there dissenters in the is their engagement ruining relationships? Okay? You're like, what does that even mean? Well, comedian Nikki Glaser told Entertainment Tonight that Travis is the guy that everyone deserves, and that the couple, well, they are setting a new standard for romance, which means there are probably, she says, a lot of girls questioning their relationships right now, okay? So the question is, are these two raising the bar for women relationships everywhere?
All right, you guys are kind of on the fence. I think in this case, before we discuss the raising of the bar, I want to discuss the source of this comment, Miss Glaser, who is a 41-year-old woman who's been in an on-again, off-again relationship for the past 10 years with this guy. They have a non-monogamous relationship where he's allowed to sleep with other women and she doesn't participate in the same thing with men. So we need to know a little bit about her before we kind of dissect what she said. And now let's look at Taylor and Travis. He was shooting his shot 2 years ago on his podcast, said he was at the concert, wanted to give her a bracelet. I like it, it's cute. 2 seconds later, we see that they're dating. Quickly, she's meeting parents, he's meeting hers. We've seen them over the last 2 years support each other at their careers. She's at football games, he's at her concerts. They keep each other their private business very private. And then 2 years later, he has proposed. So to Nikki, I'd like to ask, what's this bar that is so hard for men to reach? What did they do in this relationship that's so strange? Because to me, her comments speak more to her relationship and her feelings about it than it does to these two people who are doing something that lots of people have done.
Yeah,
so I don't get it.
Interesting.
I feel like I agree. I was just sad that the bar is being raised due to this, right? Like I feel like as much as it's a very impactful couple, they're like, you know, two very influential people, but I really wish the bar wasn't where it was in order for this to be where it's gonna be raised to.
Okay.
And I feel like it might also have the inverse effect where I think some women might start projecting a personality and relationship onto their partner that is not there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because they want that happy ending, maybe? Or
Yes,
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I'm happy for them, and I don't want to dog on this couple, but
you're gonna.
I mean, first of all, like, this couple is not raising the bar for me, and I don't think it should be for anyone. Anyone who's watched celebrity couples know how fast
Yes.
they crash and burn. Often, I'm looking at you, J-Lo, like the greatest love story never told.
Oh.
Like, we know thou dost protest it. I'm not fired. Sorry. It's true.
Her picker is broken.
J-Lo has a pricker. But anyway, and I wish this couple all the best. I just think that there's this idea out there that this is like, oh, you know, all women are now, Nikki's saying, all women now are gonna look to Taylor and be like, I want my man to reach this bar. And the truth is that not all women are at the bar themselves. I'm gonna say it. It's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
Like, I don't think, like, I don't know. Again, even if these are the two greatest people in the world, like, women have just as much stuff to deal with as men do. And so to out of the gate expect that every woman deserves a whatever, it's like, are you doing the work? I just want to put that out there.
Okay,
Sorry,
let's go down that road. Yeah. I mean, you're saying something that a lot of people aren't saying.
Yeah.
And so where I want to go with this, because I do agree, the patriarchy that has created a lot of these toxic men that are running around everywhere, unfortunately, it hasn't helped women either. And so what I want to say to that is where I will defend this relationship, because I have a little Swiftie at home, my daughter's 11, there are far worse relationships that she could look to than this one. So I don't want to dog on them either.
Yeah.
It's very healthy for
like
her.
each other. They do.
like
The
each
affection
other.
does seem mutual.
But what I will say is that the patriarchy has done dirty women and men. And what Travis at least is doing, because the whole quote from Nikki wasn't just about how, Travis is raising the bar. It's also how Taylor is presenting herself. It's seemingly, from what we know, a really sort of healthy, normal, average relationship. But maybe average and normal and healthy isn't so common anymore. I don't know.
Well, less women are getting married and having babies.
Absolutely. But I don't want to say that that's just because all men suck. We know a lot of men who are really great guys. Here's what we don't see in media. We don't see enough, I think, positive masculinity examples. And I think the Kelsey brothers are actually changing that narrative to say this is what healthy masculinity looks like. Yeah.
Who thought we'd see the day where the Kelsey brothers, no offense to them, we're the beacons that we're all reaching for, but you know what, happy for them, happy for them.
It's true.
All right, we're moving on to this, because breaking up may be hard to do, but is it easier if you do it from a distance, okay? A new survey from Research Co. found 29% of Canadians between the ages of 18 and 34 prefer ending a relationship by phone, email, or app. So, Sasha, in dating, in short-term relationships,
Short-term,
is a remote breakup ideal, or is it rude?
This is unhinged. I think this is unhinged. No, my writing partner, the 16-year-old daughter, she just told me that she broke up with her boyfriend. It was short-term over text. And I'm like, at least a phone call. I feel like most people are not that eloquent or articulate for really to say, to end things with grace via a text or an email kind of thing. And also, if you've been to my house, if you have my address, I feel like we could at least, like a phone call, some kind of extra thing to just close that for both. I'm also a spiraler, right? If you just leave me hanging with just like a, hey, this isn't gonna work, I'm like in my head spinning with the, so I think.
Okay, but I mean, I can just say from personal experience, there was a guy I dated for over a year, and one day he came over, and I had planned a meal. I went out, I bought groceries, I was on the stove and doing all this stuff. He ate the meal, and then afterwards he broke up with me. And I was like, you know what?
Well, that's a different, no.
I would have preferred the text.
Did he appreciate the meal?
I know, but just send me the text.
Still friends with him?
Yeah, I am still friends with him, actually.
Of course you are.
So maybe, and as I'm saying this, maybe that did soften the blow. But right now, sitting in this, I'm mad again. And I feel like you should have just sent me a text.
No. You think you're mad, but You think you're mad, but you're not mad. Listen, you can break up with someone any way you want, but ask yourself this question. Do you want the drama today or do you want it later on? Because it's coming to your door. Because to your point, if they know where you live, if they know where you work, if they know where you socialize, if they know your friends, guess what? They're gonna find you. And the more she spirals, the more she's gonna find you. And also, what people don't realize, the #1 killer for relationships that haven't even started is word of mouth. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've seen a guy, I'm like, oh, he's cute, what about him? And someone's like, no, girl, he broke up with his girlfriend by text. You don't want that. And I go, thank you. And I don't even bother with that guy. So it may work in the short term, but in the long term, it does not work. So you may as well just man up, eat the food, eat the dinner.
And then do the breakup.
And then
at least you did it to your face.
I guess that's true.
At least
You're
you did it to your face. The only thing I want to quickly say about this is Esther Perel, who we know is an amazing couples therapist. She says this is not just a problem of breakups, doing it remotely. We're doing everything when it comes to romance remotely, right from the get. That's what dating apps are doing. She says, unfortunately for us as humans, we are engineering all discomfort out of relationships, and it's doing us a disservice. So the idea that you don't even want to start on apps, never mind like breaking up, great if you actually get into the relationship. She's like, we have to understand, we have to face discomfort and learn how to deal with friction and messiness in human relationships. Stop running away. Stop being a coward.
Because we will find you.
We will find you.
We will find you.
Right? Anyway, this is a hot one. It's not just an Ontario issue, but boy, oh boy, is it blowing up here. Here in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford wants to put the brakes on automated speed cameras. So wherever you are in this country, speeding is a problem, but is there a better way to deter speeding? So we'll discuss that right after the break.
Tomorrow on The Social, it's the high school reunion we've all been waiting for. The new documentary spilling all the behind-the-scenes secrets from Degrassi. This week on The Social, we're catching up with the legendary Sarah McLachlan, and you won't want to miss a single note.
We are back. If you want to be in the studio audience and have fun, if I may speak on your behalf, audience, have fun like this audience is having today. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen right now, and that is how you can get tickets. And Andrea, how much are they?
They are our favorite price, $3.99. $3.99, baby, come on down. All right, so let's dive into our next topic. Okay, drivers, does knowing there's a speed camera in the area get you to hit the brakes? Okay, well, Ontario Premier Doug Ford calls them a tax grab and says he'll force municipalities to take them down if they don't do it themselves. Now, are you for or against the speed cameras? Okay, a little tepid. Sasha, how you
I'm
feeling?
for speed monitoring, but I'm against the cameras. When I'm driving, I'm probably going anywhere from 5 to 10 kilometers over, depending on where I'm coming through. And I don't want to be dinged for that, especially when sometimes in my neighborhood late at night, I am hearing like real GT speed, like speed racing happening. That's what I want the focus to be on. And I don't necessarily, most of the time when I realize a speed camera is there, I've already passed it. I don't think it helps people be that much more mindful.
I think that that's part of the problem is because the research has shown they do help deter speeding and they actually do help reduce crashes. However, it's how they're placed. You have to know they're there for them to work. And some of the ones that I've seen around this city, like you just said, blink and it's gone. So I think there has to be a better setup. There has to be like a big arrow saying, here's a speed camera, slow down. I will say this as the parent of a child who's gonna start walking to school, I need people to slow down. Okay? It's bonkers what's happening out there. My street is a residential street. You would think it's the 401. My neighborhood is not the 401. So they've had to put bigger and bigger speed bumps and that doesn't work. So here's the thing, the money is there and here, I have to take a little side trip here for a second. Doug Ford says he'll take them down if the municipality doesn't take it down. These cameras have already brought in $45 million to the city of Toronto. You know what? I don't know if you've been into a public school lately. Infrastructure is crumbling. We need the money, and we are in a budget crunch in Toronto. I want the money.
I want to add one little side note to what she just said. Also, Doug Ford, no one wanted you as mayor of this city, so stay out of this city, period.
Ooh. It's okay, it's making $45 million. Will that money get funneled into the school system? We'll wait and see, and I doubt it.
You take a look, but the
'cause it
budget
feels-
is hurting. The TTC is
Sure.
falling apart. $230 million short. We need money here.
Obviously, but is that money gonna go to the places where it's needed? Usually in the past, it does not. So this is the thing, we all see it as a cash grab. I may have gotten a ticket 2 or maybe 8, and I get frustrated every single time because I'm like, who said I was speeding? I felt like I was going the speed limit, and there's a way for me to fight it, but let's be real. I feel like it's a cash grab because I'm like, in order for me to fight this ticket, I gotta take a day off work, the amount of red tape, and you know that, so what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna pay the ticket, and I don't get a chance to fight it. And you're right, when I'm in a school zone, I don't wanna hit anybody's child. Nobody wants to hit somebody. But you know what slows me down? When I see that little, you know that little thing, that sign that tells you how fast that you're going and what the speed limit is? That slows me down, because sometimes I'm just not aware. My foot's a little heavy on the gas. But if I see that, I go, oh, I need to slow down. You know what also slows people down? A police officer doesn't even need to be in the cruiser, just parked on the side, everybody slows down. So there are other ways to do without sending me pictures of my car in the mail.
Yeah, but you're still paying that police officer. You can't put somebody on every street in the city where it's a problem. Guess what? A camera doesn't need any brakes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like getting those tickets. No one likes it, but at the same time, I do remember the streets that I know I've gotten them on, I never drive in the same way down those streets, and that should be the impact if you actually care about people and you care about kids, and people are driving out of control. The other option is speed bumps, right? And speed bumps, don't bring in money, what you're talking about, to fix infrastructure, to fix things in the city, but they do slow us down. So you have to pick your poison, and I think
roundabouts.
We're not going to do that.
Wait, people don't even know what to do at a roundabout. That's going to cost more.
We don't need any more.
Wreak more havoc.
No, I don't think
is that €2 for us?
People do not even know what to do at a roundabout.
And I think also we don't need any more slowdowns to build that. Right now we need immediate fixes, and I think this one makes the most sense. Maybe what they need to do is, particularly in these ones that keep getting knocked down, is change the way that they're encased, right? Make something that has, like, I don't know,
a cage around it.
I don't know, maybe, or something that like zaps you.
Have you seen the video of the person? Is that there's one particular camera that keeps on getting chopped down. Nothing's gonna stop that person. I don't know who they are, but you can cage it, you can put it in whatever you want. That person's chopping that camera down. I think they've chopped down at least 5, so I don't know if that's gonna work. But I do like the speed bumps. That'll slow me down.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, everybody, well, think about the last time that you drove out to your favorite wholesale store to pick up some toilet paper, some nuts, maybe a jumbo jar of pasta sauce. Would the trip have been more fun with a errand friend? An errand friend. It's a trending term for a low-effort, high-reward companion who joins you on all your errands. Anyone in?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
I mean, I'm totally into this idea, and I think the problem is that most times our friends are equally as busy as we are, right? So you can't really have an errand friend easily. I'll just say that there was a video that went viral recently, and I don't know if anyone saw it. It was with Trevor Noah on his podcast, What Now? And I can't stop thinking about it, and he was pointing out that coming from a developing nation to a developed one in the West, how shocked he was that the village became a commodity. And that's just struck me as so profoundly true, that now we have to buy someone to help us out with errands or groceries or food prep or anything like that. And it's something we should
outsource is our favorite word.
We need to protest this, and we need to come together more and more to protest this racket.
Yeah,
it's a racket.
Yeah, I agree. I have a friend that we do homework calls every night where, you know, maybe she'll do her workout routine, I'll do the dishes, or I'll do laundry, and we just keep each other company just on the phone. And then once a month, we'll go to that big wholesale store, split the pack of pasta sauce, because we really don't need, one of us doesn't need it all. But it has made, right, you know, it's changed it from a very expensive meal and dressing up and thing to something that we both need to do anyways. We get to spend the time, and someone can help me not overbuy when I'm out.
That's so good.
It is really nice.
It's so good. Well, Sasha, I teased off the top that you are doing big things here in the city. Can we talk about it? Because you are fresh off of your long-awaited debut feature film, Dinner with Friends, that just premiered at the Toronto International Festival. And you have described your film as your, quote, most creatively vulnerable project to date. Tell us more.
Well, I think it was, you know, something, it's personal in its themes, because we first wrote the script, myself and my writing partner, Tanya Thompson, in the pandemic. I think when everyone was feeling that sense of isolation and loneliness and really missing our own group of friends that we used to get around with and, you know, would just be able to hang out with and enjoy each other's company. And so, you know, that definitely made it very vulnerable for me. But, you know, we made this film, we went to Canada camera with $100,000 and shot it over 9 days. And so there is just a lot that is required, you know, as the director to really want to still do justice to the incredible performers that invested their time, the cast and crew, and just wanting it to, you know, live up to kind of what my hopes and desires were. So to be able to have it debut at TIFF really is, you know, the emotional honor of a lifetime.
Oh, congratulations. That's a big deal.
In your city.
That's a big deal, my friend.
We're going to continue to cheer you on. We cannot wait. Thank you, Sasha Leigh, for being here. Thank you so much. We can tell you, you can catch the final public screening of Dinner with Friends this Sunday. That's September 14th at 9:45 a.m. at the Scotiabank Theatre, just behind us here in downtown Toronto. Head to tiff.net for tickets, tiff.net. After the break, why don't we travel to Scotland? Don't do the accent, Melissa. With the stars of the new family drama, Glenrothan. We'll be right back. Back, everybody. The new family drama Glenrothan takes place in the Scottish Highlands and follows the story of two very headstrong brothers that are brought back together after decades of being estranged, all thanks to their family's whiskey distillery.
Yes, Glenrothan is making its world debut at TIFF. Please welcome two stars from the film, Alexandra Shipp and Shirley Henderson.
Yes.
Good to have you ladies here.
Well, we're going to say off the top, we love this film, and there's so much to it, and it is about two estranged brothers, played by one Brian Cox and Alan Cumming, two brothers, and their chemistry is phenomenal on screen. So, Shirley, what was it like to work with these two? Because, you know, we think that they have these larger-than-life personas, certainly off-camera. What was it like on set?
It was lovely. It was really nice. They are larger than life. Alan he's just gorgeous. He has Lala, the dog that goes with him everywhere. So we had Lala with us on set all the time. He's got a very gentle quality, Alan, in real life. He plays all these mad characters, but in real life he's just sweet and just lovely. And Brian's the same. Brian is he's feisty. He knows what he wants, but he's also got this lovely, sensitive, gentle, loving quality. And yeah, we had all of that. We had the whole mix of everything. So
Love that.
nice.
Love that.
Well, it's interesting that you, Shirley, it's interesting that you say that Brian's a little feisty, because I think a lot of people know him for his role in Succession as Logan Roy, which was a very feisty character. But in this film, he's a very different character. He's very soft, but this was also his directorial debut.
Yes.
So I'm curious, you did mention the word feisty. Who showed up as the director? Was it a little bit more Logan, or was it a little bit more of the softer Brian?
Bit of both.
Okay, I like that.
At the very beginning, like all of us, he's trying to find his way in, you know, it's his first film directing, so like us, he would be a bit nervous. And we're trying to work out what is it he wants, what kind of film is this going to be. So it takes a couple of days to settle, and once we all settle, and once we get the rhythm of Brian, how he's going to work, what he's looking for, he relaxes, we relax, and then we just play for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and it was just great.
That's cool.
Alexandra, did you have the same experience with Brian as a director?
Totally. Brian is he's a very direct director.
Yeah.
So if he likes it, he'll tell you he likes it. And if he doesn't, he'll tell you he doesn't.
Yeah.
And I need that bit of transparency.
Yeah.
I need you to tell me that you like it. I need you to tell me that you didn't. Because I want to, one, give you what you want. And then two, like, I don't want to waste anyone's time, you know? So that's how I usually go about it.
Did Logan show up on set at all?
No, but the thing is Brian is a theater actor. He is very much so able to project to the back of house.
Yeah.
So there will be times where he'll be really passionate about something, and I'll be like, is he yelling at me? And then my codependency kicks in. Right, she's in therapy, but my codependency kicks in, and I'm like, I need to please you. And then I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. You're not my father. Anyway. You know what I mean, right?
We get it.
You get there.
We get there.
We see you.
Well, we said off the top, this is about two brothers, estranged brothers, and the film explores family reconciliation, ultimately forgiveness. Shirley, did the script change the way that you saw the relationships between siblings, but also specifically, healing family trauma? What did you learn from that in this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think we've all lived long enough to know that families are complex. Who said it would be easy to be part of a family? You've just got to find your way through, and that's what the film is all about. I recognise, as we all do, the longer you live, you recognise all situations. You've seen it, you've been in bits of that in your life. So it's not really that it's changed me, it's just we wanted to get to the truth of it. We wanted to make it believable that my character could have missed Alan's character for all those decades and still be furious at him and still love him and still hate him all at once. There's all these difficulties. And I recognise that from life. We've all lived long enough to know that's family, that's what life is. So I don't know if I learned anything, but I know that it's complex and that's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, we love that. All right, so anybody who knows Alan Cummings knows that he is an incredible performer. And Alexandra, you got to share the stage and perform with him.
Yeah.
So for this musical performance in the film, so what was that day like on set? Were you nervous? Did he relax you? Were you intimidated? Did you have to call your therapist? Like, what happened?
I always have to call my therapist. Know that. No, it was really great because this movie is a bit of a family drama. It was like there were such heavy moments that to be able to be on stage and to be singing with him was a lot of fun. I grew up singing and doing theater, and so I loved being able to kind of step into that with him. And this father-daughter dynamic kind of really blossomed that much more of us playing with each other and playing off of each other in such a fun, artistic way that it was just kind of like, it was a dream. It was a dream. Alan Cummings is a dream.
Yeah.
Aww. The other thing we also know about Alan is that he's very proud of his home country, Scotland. And Shirley, this film is a love letter to Scotland. It's its own character, truly. And I think I read that 95% of the cast, the crew, etc., was also from Scotland as well. What was it like to return home for this project?
Well, I just live down the road, so...
Nice.
Really?
So, yeah, I live in Scotland. So, and I don't often get work there, so it was really nice to actually be able to, just be close. So it was really great.
That's lovely.
That's lovely. It's on my bucket list to go there. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely, that movie, I'm like, okay, at the top of my bucket list now.
So
all right, so you know what? Never in our wildest dreams did we think that we could get a film with Harry Potter's Moaning Myrtle, X-Men Storm, Nightcrawler, and Stryker all together. So if we were to get these four characters together to participate in a very Scottish tradition of caber toss. Did I say that correctly, Shirley?
Yeah, caber toss.
Okay,
My God.
who do you think would be victorious?
What am I doing?
Shirley's like,
I don't know, Shirley. I don't know. Storm is literally a goddess. You know what I mean? She can literally stop time.
Yeah, but Myrtle's got inner strength. She's waited for Harry Potter a long time. She's got
Myrtle's
that
gonna
thing
be
inside
crying
her.
while Storm's gonna be bringing it all the way back around. I'm just saying.
Come on,
wait, before the fight breaks out. Alexandra and Shirley, thank you so much for stopping by. It's such an honor to have you on the show. All right, the world premiere of Glenrothan is happening tomorrow at the Toronto International Film Festival. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna have a feast for you that you do not want to miss. Stay with us. I like the way you're like, wait a second.
Our next guest is a household name in Vancouver, whose restaurants are often frequented by stars such as Hilary Swank and Michael Bublé in the search of only the best Indian cuisine.
And today he's here to show us recipes from his beautiful new cookbook, My New Indian Kitchen. Please welcome back to the show, Chef Vikram Vij. Good to have you back, my friend.
Vikram, we are so delighted to see you, and you've written multiple cookbooks. So what makes this one new?
Well, I love creating new things. And so when Jennifer and I were traveling around India into different parts of the world, recipes that came to our mind, we said we should put this in a cookbook. And so the idea of the cookbook is to honor our heritage and also honor the farmers and the local producers of different regions, and hence this cookbook called And I've Gone Back to the Kitchen. So my domain is mine now.
Nice.
And talk to us about how you blended your Indian heritage with your life in Vancouver.
Well, these dishes are created with the fact that everybody, wherever that you are, can create these dishes. So whether you're in Saskatchewan or whether you're in Prince Edward Island, you're able to go to your local farmers and get vegetables from your local farmers. It's like an Indian village, somebody grows beets, the other one grows vegetables, and you put them together. So these dishes are not just for the restaurant style. This is for everyone that can cook at home. All you need is a little bit of love.
I love that. We love that, right?
So, okay, let's start first with the appetizer. What's a beetroot salad?
So a classic example of this is beets with onions, cilantro, lemon juice, nuts,
Good.
pomegranate seeds. And the idea of this is that you taste it. Beets are so healthy for you. You can use tomatoes, whatever you want, and then combine different flavors and spices together. And that's what it is. It's like a palate arouser.
It is a palate arouser. Because I love beets, but you made beets even better. This
Thank
is
you.
incredible. So for anyone who doesn't know, what is garam masala?
So
Because
garam
it's the main ingredient.
masala means hot spices. Any spice that produces heat naturally. Obviously, countries that are near the equator eat spicy foods. So cumin, cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg. I mean, these are all the spices. Growing up, garam masala was every household made their own style of garam masala. It's like making a sandwich. It's simple, it's delicious, and it's healthy.
It's so good. Okay, we're gonna move on to something else that I imagine has a bit of kick. It's the gunpowder prawns. Why did you make this with the prawns? Sounds amazing.
Right?
Well, British Columbia has, and we in Canada should be really proud of our fishermen and our farmers because, we have such sustainable seafood that is available to us. So you can do it with halibut or crabs. British Columbia has this beautiful BC Spot Prawn Festival that takes place, which is sustainable live prawns that come.
I want a prawn hat.
And it's beautiful, and they come on, and then I thought, why not use those prawns with a little bit of that heritage of using gunpowder? Now, hold on a second.
I was like, you have to break that down for us, Vikram. What is gunpowder seasoning?
So please do not think it's spicy. It's more of the fact that it's got lentils, red chili, black pepper, a little bit of cinnamon, toasted, and then ground up, and then it's added like a little sprinkle on top of
and it blows our taste buds away.
And what it does is, when it's put in front of you, your nostrils, your flavors are like, I can feel it.
Yes.
And that's what it is.
Okay, so let's move on to the main dish, which is this beautiful chicken korma. And you say that this is one of the most popular dishes in India next to butter chicken curry. But you actually say that butter chicken is, hot take, overrated. I know, like this is shocking, but tell us more.
I really feel that butter chicken is like so simple that it has lost its soul.
Oh.
In a sense of butter chicken is tasty, nothing wrong with it, right? But chicken korma is unbelievably complex and unique.
So good.
It is a little bit like this chicken korma is like love. Slightly messy.
Yes.
And if it's not messy, you're not doing it right.
Okay. I love that.
I personally feel that this chicken korma is the dish that we had created at the restaurant that got me the Chef of the Year award.
This is
It is
delicious.
so
It really
good.
is so good.
It is.
So good. Okay,
Yeah.
we want to get to this digestive that's in the mix, which is a drink. So tell us why you included this and what's in it.
So this is jal jeera. Jal means water and jeera is cumin seeds. When I used to come back from playing all day in India, it was very hot and you're sweaty and playing cricket or football or whatever. You would come back and you would be like sweating. So natural electrolytes were needed at the time, right? So my mom would make this cumin seeds black salt,
Okay.
little flavors in it, little sugar, and keep it in the fridge. And I would come back and I would drink it. And I wanted to honor in this book this element of, it's actually a very simple, but a very delicious and a healthy drink. You don't need to drink anything else. If you just keep this in your cupboard,
In the fridge all the time.
in the fridge all the time, you will absolutely love it.
Now, Vikram, should I sip it or should I just throw it back?
Sip it. It's like a lemonade style, like a homemade lemonade, you know, and that's what it is.
It's got a lot of textures to that.
does
Correct.
feel good.
Okay, well, last but not least, we have our dessert, which is the chai kulfi. Before we dive in, you say you have a linguistics lesson for us. You say we should never say, which we hear all the time, chai tea latte. Talk about why. Redundant.
Chai tea latte is like saying latte, latte, latte.
Oh, we did not know that.
Wrong. Chai means tea with milk and spices.
Yes.
How are we just learning that today?
Uh-huh.
Period.
Period. Okay.
Okay, so now that we know the story behind the linguistics behind that, we hear there's a story behind why you chose to create a chai kulfi specifically, and tell us about it while we dig in.
Well, you know, when Vidges was open and people would wait outside,
gosh,
it was
this is
cold outside, so I would bring them a little cup of chai in these clay cups, and people would wait, and they felt really comfortable and beautiful. And because my journey in India, when I was on a train in India, these young kids would come up and, you know, sell you little chai cups, and you would drink it, and I would throw it on the street, and they would pick it up and eat it. So that is an honor to those young kids of India.
That's very sweet.
Made in India with chai.
It's
love
so
that. It's
good,
delicious.
incredible. Chef Vikram, thank you so much
Everything
for
was
joining
so
us,
good.
sharing your food and culture with us.
Enjoy our cookbook.
Yeah.
Okay, studio audience,
Speaking
listen
of.
up. You're going to be going home with your very own copy of my new Indian kitchen. So gorgeous. For everyone else that is out now, wherever you buy your books, and don't go anywhere because we will be right back.
Oh my God, Vikram,
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Well, our next guests have co-authored the book Decolonization and Me, Conversations About Healing a Nation and Ourselves. It's written in response to the increase of residential school denialism. It's part memoir, it's part guidebook, giving readers tools to help us better understand truth and reconciliation and our responsibility in it.
Yes, and please welcome to the show the founder of the Orange Shirt Day movement, Phyllis Webstad, and educator and writer, Christy McLeod. Great to have you ladies here today.
Welcome back to the show, Phyllis, too. So Phyllis, I really want to start with the first chapter of the book because it doesn't start with truth and reconciliation or defining things. It actually starts with something I didn't personally realize was happening, which is a movement of those who deny that residential schools ever existed. So why did you decide to start the book there?
Because that's the problem. And it does exist, and there are people out there that aren't aware of it. And so there's a lot of comments on Facebook, and not everybody is on social media. In my family, there is 14 of us, and I'm thankful that everyone made it home from my grandmother's family. But that's not the case for other families. They have brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles who didn't make it home. And we have enough to deal with without dealing with deniers. And so we wanted to put this on the table, put it out there so that we can have conversation and bring it out and maybe fill in that gap of knowledge and awareness for people, and just to let them know that it's hurtful.
Yeah, absolutely. And this book is just not a collection of stories. You also included definitions for terms like systemic oppression and truth and reconciliation. Christy, tell me, why was that important to have that in the book as well?
Yeah, so I'm actually an English teacher, and so I understand the power of words. And sometimes we may be talking the same language, but we're not understanding really what we're talking about. And so I think it was really important to have those definitions so that people understood what we were talking about. And they actually are placed in the book after the context is kind of set. We give rationale, and then Phyllis and I introduce ourselves, and then it's the terms. So it's almost like setting that space so they understand where we're coming from, and then defining the terms.
And you also go further, because at the end of every chapter, there's reflection questions. Why'd you do that?
I'm a teacher, as I said. And part of it is that when I'm teaching, I know, first of all, I want to set the students up. So at the beginning, we begin with questions that Phyllis and I have faced, common questions, and then information with our stories that helps to give that emotional connection, and finally the reflection questions that really were about slowing people down. Because I think often we become passive consumers of information, and we don't take time to really reflect what it means to us. And so that was the purpose of having reflection questions at the end of each part.
I love that. And I understand that when you announced that you were going to write this book, that you were inundated with hateful comments. So talk to me about that experience and how that affected you.
Well, I understood in my head that this happens, but when it became directed at us, like hateful comments were directed at us personally, I had an emotional response, and that really was great sadness. That people actually feel free to do that on social media, and also that they obviously must not understand. Because to say those kinds of things about people without even knowing them, I believe is about a lack of understanding, a lack of relationship, a lack of connection.
What I found so powerful, absolutely, is that, Phyllis, instead of ignoring it, you all decided to like put it up so that other people could read the hate comments that you were all getting. So what was the point of that for you? Besides feeling a little bit of a back.
I collect hateful comments because it tells me the work that I have yet to do in this country. It gives me the gauge and a pulse on the work that is yet to do with the misunderstanding and the racism. And I look at it as the story's this long, and they may know a quarter, a half maybe, and they make up the rest. And that's where the racism and the hate comes in. So hopefully with this book, it might fill in a little bit of that gap so that their attitude and maybe their behavior will change towards Indigenous people.
Very, very quickly, who do you hope, who did you write it for, and who do you hope reads it?
Well, for me, I truly hope that everyone reads it. I think we all need to be educated, and maybe there are things that you're familiar with, but certainly I think that our personal stories help people emotionally attach and understand the impact of these things. And so it's for those people that actually are open-minded and open-hearted.
Decolonization in Me, everybody go get a copy. Decolonization in Me. Thank you so much for writing it and for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take a break. We'll be back right after this. So all of the TIFF films continue here on The Social. Tomorrow we go behind the scenes of our favorite Canadian teen drama, Degrassi, with the stars of the original cast. So we're gonna give you all the tidbits on the TIFF film with the cast tomorrow. We hope to see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.